It's actually Rochelle.
Hi guys, and welcome to a very special episode of Brunch with Lily. As you can see, this is not my kitchen. This is Rochelle's kitchen, and we are in Tel Aviv. And Rochelle is going to make us a very special brunch, which is an Israeli specialty, shakshuka.
So today we're gonna have an Israeli breakfast. We're gonna have shakshuka, which is a very special Israeli dish, and it's made out of actually tomatoes and eggs, and you'll see what we're gonna do.
It's delicious. I'm so excited for it.
And we're gonna eat it in the traditional way with the challah bread and all. And the second dish that was like a second, like last minute dish is an eggplant with tahini, roasted eggplant with tahini. It's like sort of a salad that we eat on, like we just spread it on the bread. And so let's start.
Yes!
The ingredients for the shakshuka, it's quite basic. We have tomatoes. About the tomatoes, because it's the main ingredient in the shakshuka, we need to have a really, when they're like soft
ripe?
and ripe, ripe tomatoes. So we want them to cook faster in when we start doing them, so we won't just wait until they'll become softer. We will use onions and pepper, and we'll add some more stuff to the basic recipe, just so it will feel like we have our own special touch in it, like cheese and green onion. That's what you say. Green onion. And that's it for the shakshuka. Okay, so the ingredients for the eggplant with tahini are quite basic. We have an eggplant and we have tahini. So in order for the dish to be very good and to taste like the best we can, we should choose them in a very specific method. So we will choose the eggplant now. So we will show us two different eggplants and we will go through their differences. So we have the eggplant color. If you look closely, you can tell that this eggplant is a bit darker, which means it will be less bitter. It will be, it's more, ripe. Whenever the eggplant is like more ripe. Exactly. And another issue that we need to look for is the weight of the eggplant. When the eggplant is lighter, it's best for us. Why? Because it has less seeds inside. The seeds in the eggplant are bitter. So we want the eggplant not to be bitter. Because we're gonna roast it and we're not going, not to slice it, not to touch it, not to even put any holes on it, because there are different ways to do it. So I'll show you the best way possible. So we're gonna wait it and look for the lightest eggplant as possible. Because remember, seeds are bitter. And that's it for the eggplant. For the tahini itself, there are different brands of tahini. I think that the best brand is actually the Arabic one. This one. This is tahini El Jamal, and I probably don't say it correct in the correct way, but it's the best tahini. It's made out of white sesame, not dark one, the light one. I just think it's better. It's more like, it has more flavors inside, and it's just the better one. You'll see what we're talking about. So we do this type of dish today. So that's it.
Okay, so we are going to start with the eggplant, right? We're going to do that first?
Yes, we're going to first put the eggplant on the fire because it will take time to roast it.
Okay.
So meanwhile, it will be on the fire and we'll start doing the shakshuka during this.
Okay.
So because roasting an eggplant is a really messy thing, we're gonna do this trick. I'm using an aluminium paper. That's
aluminum foil.
A bad translation from Hebrew. So there are different ways to roast an eggplant. People sometimes just put holes inside it with a fork or even cut it a bit, but I know for a fact, like after trying a few different methods, that actually leaving the eggplant whole, like without anything else, like any holes inside, nothing, it saves as much as like liquid and like the stuff we actually like inside the eggplant itself, the stuff that we'll take out in the end and use it with the with the tahini dish itself. So we're gonna leave it like that. It's better to use not a big fire because like you're gonna leave it there and it's just fine as it is. And this is how we're leaving the eggplant, okay? This is how it looks like. We're gonna leave it there and we're gonna just like turn it around from time to time and you'll see how the eggplants look like when it's roasted. So meanwhile we're gonna make the shakshuka itself and we will let the eggplant sit there on the fire and roast.
Okay, so, guys, we forgot something very important. We forgot the breakfast cocktail. And we have a special breakfast cocktail today and it is Israeli.
Arak. So actually arak is by definition the most the Israeli alcohol. But the thing about arak is that it actually, like a lot of traditional people that like came from Iraq and Morocco and all of those places that are in the Middle East, they use arak as a medicine. Actually a medicine. They sometimes even like rub it on the skin when something hurts, but it actually very much like ouzo.
Licorice. It's a licorice flavor.
It's a licorice flavor, exactly. And usually when you drink arak, you mix it with lemonade and how do you say nana?
What's nana?
Spearmint. Okay, spearmint and lemonade and lemons.
Sounds good.
It's the best way to drink it. We got this bottle, this new type of arak flavor, which is already with the lemonade inside. Usually you don't drink it as a cocktail, but you do drink it as a shot. Just like vodka and just like ouzo.
We're taking shots?
Yes, so you can drink it. Usually people don't drink it in the morning. It's like the morning cocktail.
And it's a medicine, so maybe it'll make us feel better.
Yeah. So we'll do the arak shots right now.
Sure.
To start our day with some arak. It's never a bad thing.
Just to clarify, it's 2:30 p.m. so it's not like 9 a.m. here and we're taking shots. Okay, so we have our shots ready, and we have a Yoav is here as well, who also works with us. These are coworker friends, by the way, guys. My Israelis, and we're gonna take some shots of this stuff.
To life.
To L'chaim.
L'chaim. Very good.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
It's sweet. Lemony, but it's like licoricey, and
Yeah.
I kind of taste mint too. Is that not? Is it
Yeah,
like that?
a bit limonada.
I could just sip
Yeah.
this. Maybe I can get a glass of it. We forgot to introduce Apollo, guys, and he's Rochelle's gorgeous, sweet, wonderful dog. And he might be walking around in the background of the videos from now on. So we want you to meet him now.
Apollo. Okay, so actually right now we can look on the eggplant. This is how it looks like when it's roasted on one side, and you see it keeps, we will switch it and turn it around just so it will be like all the way.
It smells so strong.
Yeah,
Delicious. I'm so excited for this.
amazing smell. So we're gonna start now the shakshuka itself. It's about time. So we will start by cutting the onion itself. When choosing onions, we're using white, simple onions, nothing else. But I actually like onions that are small because I feel like the flavor is like a bit more, I don't know, strong. Yeah, strong. So let's start cutting it. We're cutting it the smallest as possible.
I'm the helper today.
So we can start cutting. Okay. So we're gonna slice the onion now. So though this is the slices of the onion, you can tell that it's small and sliced as tiny as possible. So next step after we slice the onion is to actually fry the onion. Fry is the right term?
Saute, fry.
Saute the onion with oil. You can use olive oil, which is very popular in Israel and which I love the most because it's healthier, it tastes way better, and it just goes very well with the shakshuka flavors all together. This is the olive oil we're going to work with. It's Yad Mordechai. It's actually a kibbutz in the south of Israel. Very Israeli place. Like a lot of very famous people came from this kibbutz.
I think we should maybe explain what a kibbutz is.
Oh, okay.
So here to explain what a kibbutz is, we have Noam, because we're trying to get as many Israelis into this Brunch with Lillie abroad as possible.
Hello, Brunch with Lillie. A kibbutz is a collective community that was popular in Israel in order to produce certain things and live together as a commune, sharing resources and everything.
Thank you, Noam. That was perfect. Back to our eggplant and our shakshuka. Okay, guys, we're starting. We've got the eggplant, which you can see is getting really roasted, and Rochelle is adding the olive oil to the pan.
Yeah, so we're gonna use 2 spoons of olive oil and just stir it a bit, and we'll wait until it will be warm enough so we can start sauteing the onions.
Adding the onions. Can you hear it sizzle? Yum.
Amazing. What we're gonna do next, after slicing up the onions, we're gonna do the tomatoes. We're gonna slice it the same way. As I said before, there are 3 of us, so we will use 5 to 6 tomatoes, depends on their size, and we'll slice the tomatoes the same as we did with the onions, and that's it.
We're slicing up the tomatoes, guys.
One important thing that I almost forgot is the pepper. So it's actually not a must-have to add pepper to a shakshuka, but it's just like another flavor we can add, which is like not very strong. It's quite like gentle when it cooks, when it steams. So we will use a red pepper. We can use 1 or 2, the max. And because the pepper is like a bit harder than the tomato itself, it's more firm, we'll use it right after we steam the onions.
Tomatoes.
And peppers.
And peppers.
How do you call this thing?
Oh, garlic.
Okay.
It smells like garlic.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like
Ooh, jeez, that smells
I can
amazing.
eat it like this.
Oh my gosh.
So what I'm gonna do next is to add this garlic. I bought a garlic that is already squished and minced.
Squished.
And I'm adding, I think 1 spoon is fine. You can add more if you like. I'm adding it to the onions right after they become a bit translucent.
You mean getting clear, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So because we don't want to keep the garlic on fire a lot of time, because then it will just burn and the taste will be bitter. Okay, so I've added this. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. I mean, it has an amazing flavor.
It smells so good in here, guys.
Now that we've added the garlic and it's just like mixed together really nice with the onions, we're gonna add the pepper, not the tomatoes, only the pepper, the red pepper, just because it's a bit firm. We're gonna lower the fire a bit and just close it again, because it really helps making everything faster. Great.
Strange and wonderful things are happening to the eggplant back here, guys. So the juices are coming out, which sounds like a good thing. And it looks like it's been run over by several large vehicles. So we're getting there.
What we're gonna do next is to add the tomatoes, because it's like already forming to one shape. We're gonna add the tomatoes with all of the liquid and stuff that we have from slicing the tomatoes. We don't want to use we don't want to lose the seeds, because it actually gives a lot of a bit of a sour taste, but it just works greatly with the onion and the garlic. More tomatoes. A lot of tomatoes. Remember, shakshuka, we don't have much ingredients, but those that we got, we add a lot of them.
What?
What's this called? This.
Oh, the pan.
Oh, yes, sir. The pan. Okay. Okay, so we added the tomatoes, all of it, to the
Pan.
pan. So I've added the tomatoes to the pan, and now we turned up the heat as it was back before, and we don't need to add more oil inside to the pan, because we have so many liquids that came out of the tomatoes, and it will just make it all into one mush. This is what we want. We want it to be like very soft and just like one piece. So we'll leave it here for now. We'll check it like in 2 or 3 minutes after the tomatoes will be soft enough, and you will see how it looks like inside. So back to our eggplant. As you can see, it's already like very soft and very much burned. We're gonna switch a bit of this side. You can tell that it's so soft inside. So we're gonna make it a bit softer.
So we are, I think, close to the final steps, but we're chopping the last thing we need to chop.
Yeah, we're
Which
gonna use a bit of this.
Chives. They're chives, guys.
You can use green onion as well, and again, this
Look how
is
beautiful these look.
yeah, this is not the original recipe. I mean, this is all sort of like, this is add-ons that I've added just to make the flavors even more interesting. Parsley is another good option you can use. So let's just chop a bit of this. Okay, and this will be enough for the top.
Oh, Jesus.
So let's get back to our shakshuka, because we now need to just season it up and maybe add some more special stuff that are actually a surprise. So the tomatoes are quite soft now. We're gonna add different spices. The basic spices that we're using are salt and pepper. So I'm actually adding two
Pinches?
pinches of salt and of course pepper. So I'm using this 4-season pepper, which is like really nice. This pepper is amazing. It's just 4 different types of pepper, and we're adding a lot of pepper because like it's really good. One thing that is not on every basic recipe of shakshukas is
Or paste, tomato paste.
Tomato paste. It just gives you a bit of more rustic flavor. And by the way, I know that people sometimes add ketchup.
Oh.
Like, you can do whatever you want. It's just depends on what flavors you like more. So I've added 1 spoon of this tomato paste. I'll mix it all up. What we're gonna do next is the most beautiful thing, the most beautiful step in the shakshuka making, which is adding the eggs. Okay, so the most recommended ratio of eggs per person is 2 eggs in the shakshuka. So what I'm gonna do next is to add 6 eggs. Okay, so a trick I've learned is to add a bit of water to the shakshuka before we're adding eggs. You can get a boiled water or not. It just depends on what you prefer, but it really doesn't matter. You don't need a lot of water. You just need it just so the eggs won't dry, because we want them to be a bit of a mush. This is the original way you do the eggs, so we're gonna use really a bit of water. So what we're doing next is just to break the eggs on top. Like this. Okay, that's it. What I like to do in the end, after we broke all the eggs, added all of them, I just put some sea salt, right?
Yeah, I do the
Sea
same
salt.
thing. This is like my fancy sea salt, guys. Rochelle uses it too.
So this is a mixture of a sea salt, pepper, and dried garlic, which is really good. And I do this only on top of the eggs.
This looks so good, and these eggs are gonna cook, and it's gonna be perfect. And I'm so excited to eat this. It's crazy.
So I put it back.
The
this lid, just so it will be faster. It's not mandatory, but we're doing things fast. And look at the eggplant. I actually think that it's done. I think we can actually. It looks so bad right now, but it's fine because it says like it is ready
That's what
from
we want.
inside.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll put the eggplant inside this bowl. Just so it will cool a bit before we start peeling it off and using the inside for our recipe. I'm gonna take our burned out eggplant. We will leave it inside the bowl just so it will be, to let it cool. We'll make a basic tahini sauce, which is basically made of tahini and water. So 2 to 3 spoons will do this time. What we're gonna do is to add garlic.
Oh, I smell it. It smells so good.
We'll add this amount for now. We can always add more. Just garlic and burned eggplant is the best mixture of flavors that there is in my opinion.
In the world, guys. She means in the world.
We'll add pepper. And you can always play with the seasoning because it just depends on how the eggplant turn out to be. Okay, so another thing that goes amazingly good with tahini is having squeezed lemons. So we'll take a half of a lemon and just put it inside this squeezer, and we'll squeeze half. For now, we will mix it all together. Let's check if the eggplant is already cool. I think it is. So this is the hardest process of the eggplant. Now we need to peel off all the burnt parts of it and just take the meat inside of the eggplant. Actually, you can slice it into horizontally. See, we're taking off this meat inside the eggplant. Really use as much as you can because this is the best thing in the world. We'll mix this all together. I would recommend to add a bit of water. Usually when you do tahini, you add water inside. So we'll add a bit of it. Okay, this is now more of a paste texture, which is the one that we want in the end. Lillie, I think you should try it out and just tell me what flavors we want to add.
Okay.
We think we can add more lemon.
You guys were at a really exciting stage of the eggplant and tahini where we get to try it. I'm gonna try it.
How is it?
Oh my god.
Good? Yeah, you want to try it?
Oh my god, guys. Yo, I'm getting on this.
Try. Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy.
Amazing, right? So good.
Wow.
Great.
Oh my gosh, look at those eggs. This looks perfect.
We're gonna add the chivas, right?
Chives, the
Sorry,
chives.
chives.
Yeah?
Finding in other recipes, but I add a bit of squeezed lemon on top. So this is something something that is really an extra. You don't usually need to do that, but I love cheese, so we have.
We all love cheese, Rochelle.
So we have this salted. In Israel, it's called Bulgarian cheese. It's just a salted
Looks
hard
like feta.
cheese, like feta, but it's salt. It should be salty. You can use feta as well, but I like the saltness of this cheese. It goes very good with this recipe.
Look at what she's done here, guys.
That's it. The shakshuka
Wow.
is actually ready.
Ah.
So we're almost done here. The last thing we're doing is to actually eat the shakshuka in the most traditional way, which is to serve it with the challah bread, which is a very famous.
Look at this bread, guys.
I don't think I need to say a lot about this bread because
Yeah,
it's,
everybody knows.
it's famous for its origin and taste and texture and etc. And we're just gonna dip the challah bread inside the shakshuka and eat it all together. And you can use the eggplant that we did before and just to spread it all around the challah as well. And that's it.
So that's it. We're gonna eat brunch now, and I think everyone is excited about it. This looks so delicious. And thanks so much, guys, for joining us on Brunch with Lillie. And thank you, Rochelle, for preparing this delicious shakshuka that I am so excited to eat right now. I can't even contain myself. It's now, by the way, guys, 3:45 p.m. and we've eaten nothing all day. So this is like extra exciting, and I think it's gonna be delicious.
more eggs.
Say,
Okay, so I think Lily, you should start by cutting off the challah
Okay. All right. I'll try this. Apollo.
again.
Okay. So I'm just gonna. What? I just slice it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apollo.
I've got the honor of cutting the challah, guys. Is this an honor? I don't even know. Oh, I'm doing a
It
very
is.
poor job. Oh, that
It's
was
fine.
bad.
It's the first one. First one is the hard.
All right.
We did it. Okay. Okay, let's do it. I think that Lily, you should try it first.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, our beautiful shakshuka that we're eating for brunch in Tel Aviv.
Amazing.
Amazing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the shakshuka on the bread and eat it, and it's gonna be amazing. So we're eating brunch in Tel Aviv that Rochelle made, the shakshuka, and it is phenomenal. And
That we both made.
we were sure you really made it. And I hope you guys liked it, and we'll see you next time on the next Brunch with Lillie.